bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
I want to grab some moms out there because a personal story took a former public defender to change the way some people view children with A.D.H.D. Hello again, and thanks for joining us. I'm Carla Showallee, and you're watching Comcast Newsmakers. Joining me in the studio this hour is Natalie Knochenhauer. She is the coordinator for the Metropolitan Philadelphia Satellite of CHAD, and today we're talking about CHAD and a launch of a new chapter. Thanks so much for joining us today, Natalie.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to meet you. This is so interesting because, you know, I think 1994, a lot of people knew that there was a name change with A.D.H.D. to A.D.D. And for some people, it's kind of confusing.
Correct.
Yeah. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, I do. Yeah,
but it's all the same.
It is. It's all the same.
It's a neurobiological disorder?
It's a neurobiological disorder. That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the features is hyperactivity. Although there's a lot of other ways that children are affected. They're affected in their executive functioning, in their ability to plan and organize, in impulse control. So it really can affect all aspects of their life.
Right. I want to pull some moms in here, Natalie, because of the fact that you being a mom, a former public defender, 4 children, 3 of whom were diagnosed with ADHD.
Correct.
Okay. What was that like for you?
It was very difficult. On the other hand, it was fantastic.
Really?
Because I knew I had fantastic kids, but I didn't know how to reach them. And when I got the diagnosis, when I got more information, I realized that it wasn't about how I was parenting my children, and it wasn't that my children were bad.
Yeah.
It was that my children needed help. And when we got the adequate help, and when the school understood what their issues were, and when we got doctors to work in partnership with us, it really was a ticket to my children's success.
Yeah, and something had to give because you had to give up, of course, being a public defender.
Correct.
But you said that it kind of was helpful in a way how you viewed because you needed to fight for your children now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, which is what was so amazing about CHAD. Because as a mom with a child with a disability, you often feel very alone, and it's very difficult. And often you feel like all you're doing is waiting for the next phone call.
Yeah.
And with CHAD, when you join an organization like CHAD that offers you the opportunity to get information and also do advocacy, you get support, and you also get to feel proactive, like we're doing something to make the world a better place for our kids and for all kids.
And tell us a little bit about CHAD. So many people may not be familiar that there is support out there for people who suffer with ADHD.
That's correct. We all trip over it.
Okay.
CHAD is a national organization. It's children and adults with attention deficit disorder, and I'm actually thrilled to be starting a chapter here in metropolitan Philadelphia. As a public defender, I loved working in Philadelphia with the diverse community that's here. So I feel especially honored to be starting a chapter here in Philadelphia because I think there are some people who think that ADD is a matter of an 8-year-old boy who's fidgeting in his chair. And kids with ADD are black and white and Hispanic, and they're boys and they're girls. I have a daughter, and they're rich and they're poor. So I'm really actually excited to bring the message here to Philadelphia that ADD affects everyone.
And left untreated, of course, it can have devastating consequences.
Devastating consequences.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the grassroots campaign I know that you're doing for kids in college.
That's true. I'm very excited. One of the things that you learn when you get more information about ADD is steps to help make kids successful. And there are a lot of bright, motivated kids with ADD who can be successful in college. Often what happens, as with other children with learning disabilities, they're offered the opportunity to take 1 or 2 fewer classes so they can kind of manage their days better. Unfortunately, under most health insurances in Pennsylvania, if that happens, they take less than what's considered a full-time load, they lose their health insurance. And for a child with a disability who needs medical attention, losing their health insurance is a crisis. So kids are being forced to choose between their health and a successful academic career.
Right.
So we either want to get a law or a regulation passed so that kids who go to college with a disability can stay on their parents' health insurance.
Well, you definitely have to come back and keep us updated on that, Natalie.
I'd love
Thank
to.
you so much for being an inspiration for so many moms out there. Okay.
Thank you
nice to meet
so much for having me.
You're welcome. This hour's Newsmaker has been Natalie Knochenhauer. She is the coordinator for the Metropolitan Philadelphia Satellite of CHAD. I'm Carla Showallee. Thanks for watching.